You're going to be shocked to hear this. We're playing more Goobies. What should we do today? I'll tell you what we're going to do today. And it's going to be something. Silly saucer only. No other on-death effects. No other on-hit effects. Just our base projectile and silly saucers. So it's probably going to be a lot of dissolving. It's probably going to be an interesting run. Let's just put it that way. Silly saucers is probably one of the weakest skills in the game. We're going wild on these sapphires to start the game. And like, I just don't know what the place of silly saucers is in this game. They just kind of spin around you, and by the time they're actually helping you out, you're dead. This is going to be really interesting if we just never get one. Maybe that's the joke. Maybe that's going to be the joke of the run. Is we do the silly saucers run and get 0 silly saucers. Yeah, none of these are silly saucers. Just taking some range. Can I take 1,000 needles? I think I can take 1,000 needles, right? I mean, this is real juicy, but you know the rules. The more Mumsa we get, the farther we'll go in this run. That's about the gist of it. I gotta start leveling up this ruby. So we know that when the ruby hits the max, it is ridiculously strong. I really wanted that chain as well. Because this is, you know, we say it's a silly saucer run, but really it's a projectile only run. Okay, I'm so sorry, Mumsa. I hate to do this to you, but we got to get at least one silly saucer, right? There's our one silly saucer. Okay, now we can officially say that this is a silly saucer run. We've met the criteria of the video. And now all we have to do is just run around until we die. I'm going to say a successful silly saucer run will be completing the first map. Not sure what everybody else's thoughts are on that. Or do you think that's too aggressive? I think we can take 1,000 needles. I don't think that's cheating. It's basically a projectile. I also think it's hilarious that your silly saucers hit an enemy and then they just launch into oblivion. Can't even like get close enough yet, and then it's just gone. You just gotta wait a couple seconds for them to come back. Do we want thick hide or more range? Let's do the thick hide. Thick hide's kind of fun if you get it maxed out. I have a sneaky suspicion that the roulette wheels are not going to be in our favor this run. What does everybody else think on that front? We gotta do that. We gotta do this pristine sapphire. Get some nice hits going for us. That boss had no chance. 40% crit chance. Feels a little bit like overkill. Take some more 1,000 needles. And we out. The silly saucer just absolutely crushing it so far. Watch the silly saucer, how much damage it did to that boss. Woo. Pretty good. Pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. If you wouldn't know, it's Mumza again. Oh, we're getting a little bit of movement speed going when the Mumza procs now. That's good. Maybe we'll have to take capsules this run just for maximum ridiculousness. And one silly saucer. Mini boss, where you at? Ah, there they are. Yeah, I think the silly saucer might have actually hit the boss. So it has technically helped on this run. Look at that. Silly saucer number 2. Things have just got kicked up a notch, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is just a nice, relaxing way to like spend my evening. I just kind of just chill out and play. We can take the halo, right? Or should we just dissolve that one? Probably should have just dissolved that one, but whatever. Did a mini boss spawn? Yes. We're crushing the mini bosses right now. All because of how strong Silly Saucer is, and not entirely because of our projectiles. I wonder how low we can keep the Silly Saucer damage this run, with Silly Saucer being our only like item. I guess we'll take the thick hide. Gotta try to prevent the Silly Saucers from doing damage as much as possible. Keep out of range. We want them to look as bad as possible. %60 damage multi. I quite like that right now. I just saw a hit for in the 300s. That was probably one of the double damages. Oops, I kind of lost track of time there. I thought we had a while longer before the boss was going to spawn. Chain lightning? No, thank you. We can take hardened tip, I guess. The levels are so front-loaded in this game. Like, we're 10 minutes in and we're like level 30 already. 29. And like, really, if you make it to level 60, like you probably had like a really good run. So like in the next hour of playing, we'll do about as good as we've done in the first 10 minutes. Nope. We might get a couple extra levels through all the dissolving we're probably going to end up doing. But that's alright. I guess we can dissolve AoE on this one, yeah. Because these saucers don't increase in size. And we also never get them, so it doesn't really matter. They'd be so much better if they didn't just fly off. 3 halos, we can take that. I was really hoping we'd get rupees there. That would have been very strong. Should probably check my crit. So crit's over 100. So we can dissolve crit chance, dissolve AoE. That should get us some more levels. I think I will, it's way too late, but I'm just going to take this orb amplifier. We will probably not get our money's worth out of that, but That's alright. We're not really here to min-max the game. We're here to just have some fun, silly runs. And all become friends together. And I'd say so far we've been pretty successful with that. You know what, just because we're going to take the brisk capsule. Get our speed too high so we can't control our character. Exactly how we like to play. I should try this game on a controller one day. I've never done a run on a controller. Probably a little bit easier to handle controlling your character. We got the saucers. 3 saucers, wow. And then the like, I think it's our next upgrade for the saucers. But it's just kind of weird. Like, you get the big saucer that like flies across the screen. But it's just weird. Like, why would that be the upgrade line? Like, no, we obviously want more things just spinning around us. Fire? Absolutely not. We'll take the million needles. Soft blobs will also be good, I guess. Actually, let's take the million needles. I like the idea of just a silly amount of projectiles flying everywhere. And then just getting our crit chance or crit damage so high that they all just do like 100 damage. Our clear is actually totally fine for right now. I do think that we're going to have issues with that later on. As you can see by us having issues with those charging armored guys. There's a good chance we do not see another silly saucer upgrade. I feel like the change in the tone of the XP gathering is a little bit preemptive, because at these higher levels it feels like it's just getting closer and closer forever. Really, we need like 15 mini bosses to spawn all at once to kick this run up to another level. I guess we'll take the thick-eyed. I feel like it's too late to go tree hugger. We did skip over one earlier. But let's just go thick-eyed. I find it weird that thick hide and the random little green orb that follows us around and heals at vastly different rates. Like the thick hide pops off once every 3 seconds, whereas the little guy who just follows us around, he goes off every second. So the little green guy just does way more healing than all the levels of thick hide combined. Did you see those saucers just blasting that boss? Would be be nice if there was some sort of like reroll mechanic. Like you could reroll the roulette wheels, but at a lower rarity. Instead of just having to dissolve them. So dissolving them feels really bad. AoE, we can dissolve that. Take the hardened tips, I guess. I don't really need more speed, I don't think. I always try to look and see if there's anything like juicy on the wheel to see if we should get excited or not. That one was not one to be excited about, and as a result, dissolved. I wonder how far we're gonna make it on this run. I feel like we're gonna cross 30 minutes. The armored charging guys are a little bit of an issue for us right now. But I mean, if they ever get too close, we have those silly saucers ready to just blast them to oblivion, right? I think maybe we should take this one level of chain. Maxing this out is pretty good though. Yeah, let's just max this out. I would like to have all three, the chain, fork, and pierce, all going together. Let's get the attack speed going. I don't feel like the higher levels of pierce become that amazing for us. It feels like we've been getting a nice run of mini bosses, which is very appreciated. Hey, we didn't have to dissolve that one. Glorious day. Back to back that we didn't have to dissolve. Who knew it was possible? Not me. That is for sure. We gotta take the hardened tips? That's a little sad. I would really like it if we could max out the crit chance on this run, like the rubies. Just to see, because like really we've got nothing going on besides the saucers. And I want to know like how broken is the cardiac arrest? 'Cause I feel like it's pretty broken. Alright, the enemies are closing in on us. We are in a little bit of a bad spot here. It's time to start getting some use out of these silly saucers. Yeah, we're just trapped here. Now we're no longer silly. We're serious. The big armored dudes could be an issue for us. Chain dissolving everything also could be an issue for us. Seems like we're killing those guys fine. Just because the saucers are so powerful. I don't think they're actually abysmal, even though I've been trash talking them like the whole run. It's just they're just stuck there beside you. And it's like they're never gonna do anything of use for the majority of the run, just because you're killing everything so much further away. The real challenge mode would be disabling auto shooting and only going silly saucers. Don't think we would have made it out of map 1 with that strategy. Oh, we might die. We might die right here. That's kind of interesting. We'll take the saucer. Well, we're actually using the saucers now. It is kind of amusing when one of the serious saucers spawns and cuts a swath across the map exactly where there are no enemies. Okay, we triggered Halo. Another upside to silly saucers, you have to be so close to the enemies that every once in a while you're just accidentally going to nearly die or die. We're kind of doing okay on those dig armor guys. That is actually pretty good to see. And we're doing all right on the bosses too. So we must have decent single target. What do we got going on this map? A bunch of bomber guys. We're not a fan. Oh, and these silly saucers about to go off. I mean, when they hit, they're probably doing a bunch of damage. The only problem is when they hit. Kind of wish that we could just temporarily disable our auto attack and just see how good these saucers actually are. Our projectiles are doing a pretty good job of killing everything, which is kind of nice. I keep hearing the XP noise, like, you're getting closer, and then you look down and you're like barely over half. Like, that is not close. That should not be making an you're almost there type noise. Like, that magnet collected a lot of XP for us. Did nothing. Oh, I see a cracked ruby on there. We gotta double check here. I'm not taking that. Let's. Or should we just take the halo? The halo could actually extend our run if we get like another level of it. All right. Immaculate Ruby. So we have the 1% chance to cause cardiac arrest. That's what we want. That's the big one. So let's see how we do on this map. So I was saying how good that upgrade is. But do we actually feel more powerful? What is up with this map? Can enemies come through here and hit us? Oh, well, the bomberman can. Like, did we find one of those gaps that enemies actually can't go through? I think so. So we can kind of just pop back and forth here through this gap to just give us more time in between big packs of enemies. What do we want now to make this build better? We're deleting the things we're actually hitting, which is really nice. Okay, let's get this to this mini boss. Is the mini boss down in here in this pack of mayhem? Maybe not. Mini boss, where are you at? I swear I heard mini boss spawn. Absolutely no clue where it is. And the boss, oh, there was a mini boss. Alright. So that mini boss went from like roughly 40-something thousand down to 0 in a hurry. Same with the mega boss. Just got popped. I'm assuming that is from the cardiac arrest, but I'm not 100% sure that if it works on bosses or not. It also seems like it triggers way too often. I kind of hope that this run now turns into something ridiculous. We only have Silly Saucer and our projectile, and Silly Saucer has done like absolutely nothing by the time we end. I kind of want to invest in Slash now, but I must resist. Or should I indulge? I don't know. We'll have to see what I do when Slash is offered. It's also cool seeing us clear. Like, we're 40 minutes in, clearing pretty well. We're not doing like screen pops, and we have absolutely no on-hit effect. Probably the attack speed line is like our big upgrade now. Just have everything happening more often. I believe we did get a couple decent roulette wheels. Is that the boss already? Do we want the Pierce or the Hide? I think we'll take the Hide. I would like to get it maxed out. I don't think that's gonna happen here. Ooh, we almost sacrificed ourselves to Mumsa. 20% attack speed, and we're gone. It's kind of weird how a build can go from like almost dying to now just feels like we're like fully comfortable here. Like barring the red guys, I feel like we can just stand still. Ooh. I said that and then we got like 2 spicy packs that came after us, both at the same time. I feel like the million needles has been pretty good for us. Just because we're hitting a lot of enemies. And that's got to be the majority of our actual hits. I wish on the end screen it would actually show the damage that those projectiles did. I'm not even sure if that damage is mixed in with our projectile damage or not. Okay, game, I think we deserve another mini boss here. So hit us with the noise. They won't do it, will they? They will hit us with a mega boss, though. Which we murdered. I think that this is going to be a dissolve, and I was correct. Yes, we will take the attack speed. We want a silly amount of attack speed now. The damage numbers are like so condensed when it's hitting the packs. Oh, are we dead there? Ooh. We made it. So we're not like invulnerable. The silly saucers totally saved us there. 100%. I'm sure that when they do hit, they are doing a pretty significant amount of damage, because like they're launching off into the distance and the serious saucers are chopping through packs. So those armored packs, armored charging packs, are probably the worst for us right now. And I really don't think there's a damn thing we can do to get better at them. What do we have here? I think we just take the halo. At one point it's probably going to go off. And potentially get us like one map further than we deserve on this run. Still 50 minutes with just silly saucer. Pretty good. Fire? Nope. Absolutely not. Okay, we got to get down to this boss. Okay, how are we gonna get in there? We're in there. We just posted up. Posted up and said, all right, it's me or you, Mom. One of us is dying tonight. And it ain't gonna be Slade. Well, we've killed so many enemies here there. We got a magnet. It's like we killed so many. We gotta try to collect that XP. Okay, have we found a spot here? Where can that group on the right hand side of the screen not come through? Because if we go like down here, they start turning around, which is kind of hilarious. Meanwhile, we have mobs like glitching through the crack here. Okay, I think damage numbers got to be turned off here. But we're in trouble. I think there was mobs glitching around a little bit while we were in the pause screen. I feel like if we did not have this spot, we would have died on this map. Too many bosses. Who knows if they'll ever actually make it to us. I guess we'll take the Pierce. I'm almost tempted to just take this idle pants. Is that a bad idea? I'm gonna do it. Another full-blown projectile? With the 1% kill chance? Oh no! How are we gonna get down there for that? Are we strong enough? What was that noise? What was that noise in the background? Oh, that was the big boss spawning while we were in that screen. It sounded very ominous. Silly Saucer's just too powerful. Oh, absolutely we'll take the chain. And we're gone. Are we going to make it an hour on this run? There's no way. There's no way the Silly Saucer only run makes it an hour. Have we just become that powerful at Goobin? Maybe. Maybe. We did have what felt like a cheater spot there last time. So So maybe it'll be different if we have to actually play the game. Oh, we lost all our saucers there. More halos. At some point, they're gonna do something. It might not matter. We might just die anyways. But maybe they pull us out of a tight spot. Like, this is about to become a tight spot. Like, very much so. Can we actually just run away? Yep, we can. Okay, that wasn't as dire of a situation as I had made it out to be. I may have over-exaggerated our predicament, alright? Kind of feels like the enemies are just absolutely launching off the screen. Yes, let's get more projectiles. More crit damage. Yes, please. Okay, where can we go this run? I feel like the worst thing we can do is just stay in the... Maybe no enemies are coming. Okay, there they go. I feel like the worst thing we can do is just chill out in the middle. Right? Woo! Those chargy boys get a little bit spicy for us. And same with these guys popping out of the sack guys. The sound effects that are happening right now are a little interesting. I think damage is just proccing so many times that the game doesn't know what to do with the audio anymore. How did this turn into a good build? I was thinking like, oh yeah, silly saucer only. We're gonna do like 20 minutes and die. Call it a video. And here we are, just about passing an hour. Not quite. We still got seconds where we could die here. But I mean, this feels reasonably safe right now. Mumza, you know what? You come to us. And just popping the bosses. 90% crit damage. That is absolutely glorious. What do we're not even at 200,000 kills. That feels like a low number for an hour in. Is that not accurate? Is this like a pretty normal number of kills for an hour? An hour-long run? Earlier in the run, I said at 10 minutes we were like level 29. And in another hour of playing, that we wouldn't even hit level 60. And we might get to actually see that here. So don't think that we're getting 8 levels in 8 minutes at this stage in the game. Even with that juicy 5% extra experience points that we took earlier. Another level would be very nice, though. What will we get? What will we get? Probably a Mumza. That was a new song I just wrote. I hope you all enjoyed it. Yeah, we don't feel like we're really in danger here. More projectiles? Yes. Hey, we even got a boss here. Well, had a boss. 2 range? Yep, we can take that. Is that good? Not really. I think the deeper you get in these runs, the less important range is a lot of the time, just because you can't keep the enemies that far away. Now, there are certain builds where you are absolutely crushing everything, and in those cases, range becomes better, because that means you can be doing your damage sooner. Or if you say you're doing like a Sonic Owl run, in my opinion, you want to have your range at least as large as your Sonic Owl circle, so that you can be triggering whatever else you have going on with your build. I feel like this, if we hadn't dissolved as much as we did, this build wouldn't be better than it is. Look at all those nice little projectiles we got going on. It's kind of sad that so many of them are shooting back the wrong direction. The sack guys are a little bit of a problem. I don't think I've ever seen that in a run. I guess normally we have on kill effects though. Damage multi. Thank you, game. We just got evaporated there. For how long that run was, that is a surprisingly low number. And almost entirely from our projectile. Do I dare go to the silly saucers? Hey, they did all right. 62 million. And I believe that we don't have anything else that's going to have... Oh, this had a little teeny tiny damage number. Yeah, nothing else that's going to have a damage number there. Hey, they did pretty good. You can do an hour-long run with just silly saucer. I mean, don't tell anybody that your projectile has to be ridiculously OP. But you can do it. It's possible. You know, maybe I just haven't been dreaming big enough in Goobies. And moving forward, maybe our new policy is that we're going to be dreaming bigger. I had a blast playing. Hope you had a blast watching. And I'm out.